Hello, 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 and welcome to another Nerd Herd. How are y'all been doing? I've been doing great. So anyway, I know on the channel we've been on a bit of a Star Wars kick the past couple videos. So I thought I'd give you guys a break from Star Wars a little bit. I'm sorry if you guys love Star Wars. We have plenty of Star Wars content, and we'll have more throughout the years as we celebrate not only Star Wars Day but anniversaries of films coming out and talking about the Star Wars universe or galaxy, whatever you want to call it. But the Star Wars, just the entire Star Wars created universe there, or whatever you want to call it, just Star Wars in general. Let's say it that way. But anyway, so a, a bit of a transition from that is we're going to talk about another at least outer space type of thing. Well, kind of. We're gonna be going back to Kingdom Hearts a little bit. I thought you'd all enjoy this. So, um, back a few years ago when I was taking Nathan through the Kingdom Hearts series for the first time, one of the questions he asked while we were playing through all the games, well, I say he did most of the playing because I wanted him to play it and experience it firsthand. But while we were playing through, because I did do some playing here and there, but while we were doing some of the while we were playing through the games, he asked a question. He said, "Zach, of all the characters in the Kingdom Hearts series, which characters know about the other worlds?" And this is a big lore question that nobody really talks about because it's I think it's made pretty clear through the games. Hold on. There we go. I think it's made pretty clear through the games that there are certain characters who undoubtedly know, and there are certain characters who undoubtedly don't know. So I'm gonna tackle some of those questions. I'm gonna give you a broader answer, and then I'm gonna give you a very broad answer, two or three different answers, because I'm basically gonna separate the answer by groups. So as far as people who don't know, uh, the who don't know about other worlds, uh, there are the vast. I Let me say it this way: the people who definitely do not know about other worlds in Kingdom Hearts is the general populace of the Kingdom Hearts worlds. I know in like 1 and 2 and like basically up until 3, there weren't too many crowds in in the worlds that were shown there. But so that's due to limited hardware at the time those games came out. But suffice to say that that the worlds have a general populace that have no idea that there are other worlds outside their own. So if you're in the Cinderella world and you're a general citizen, you have no idea that there's any world beyond your world, let alone beyond maybe your family farm or just as an example. So yes, the general populace of a world has no idea that there are other worlds out there. Now, moving on. People who There are a couple groups who definitely do know. The the first group that definitely knows is every single Keyblade wielder we've ever met in the series. Now, whether that happens uh, throughout through training, like we see with Aqua, Terra, and most of the people in Union Cross, Dark Road, Aventus, you know, those characters, every single Keyblade wielder knows, whether through the training, like the people we've seen officially trained, or like Sora Kunkairi, who kind of figured out by accident. And, they were just like, oh, hey, we've landed on another world because ours was destroyed. But every single Keyblade wielder we have meet, and I'm guessing that's going to be a continued trend as Kingdom Hearts moves forward. Uh, so every single Keyblade wielder we've met or we are going to meet, I would imagine, will know that there are other worlds because it's part of their job description to protect said worlds and to guard them against the forces of evil. Now, notice I didn't say darkness. I don't think darkness is, that's another theory for another day. So anyway, next, people that definitely know are if that as evidenced by people such as Maleficent and I'd say Ursula specifically. I'll get to King Triton in a moment. Don't worry. As far as characters like Maleficent and Ursula and Hades, um, those characters are super powerful characters within their respective worlds, and it seems like they have some innate vision of other worlds beyond their own. Now, you might say, "Oh, but Zach, Maleficent was told by Master Xehanort, and I'm sure Ursula and the other villains were told by Maleficent." Well, yes, I'd imagine characters that don't have many powers, um, such such as Captain Hook, were probably told by Maleficent directly that there were other worlds beyond their own. So that I have no doubt. But I believe Ursula specifically is a powerful enough being in her own world that she would know beforehand, before Maleficent came to her to, ask her to be a part of her villain council or whatever you want to call it in Kingdom Hearts 1. I believe Ursula probably knew beforehand, and I believe Maleficent knew beforehand. I believe she was, again, another theory. This is a sneak peek to another Kingdom Hearts theory that I might do down the road. But I believe Maleficent believed she was manipulating Xehanort into giving her information, where it really was Xehanort manipulating her into doing into being part of one of his plans. Anyway, so, I believe if you are if you are a powerful enough being in your own world, you will eventually know of other worlds. Whether, yes, it's possible that another person reveals it to you, or through your own magical means. I'll say it that way. Whether it's you end up figuring out, oh hey, there are places beyond my world that I can go visit and maybe wreak some havoc in. And, oh hey, these are the Heartless. I can control them because I am a powerful practitioner of dark magic. Or, Anyway, so, again, next group that should definitely know is the Heartless. Now, the Heartless's knowledge of other worlds seems to be instinctual. They are driven by instinct. We see in, I believe in one of the Ansem reports that the Heartless is drawn to the biggest heart that is closest to it, which is the world. So the Heartless seem to be drawn to the hearts of worlds, so they would know of other worlds, if only through the heart of said world. So, and yes, that means they're kind of, their knowledge of other worlds is kind of instinctual, is mostly instinctual, I should say. Next group that should know, that definitely does know, are nobodies. Now, another sneak peek. I'm giving you all sneak peeks in this video. Another sneak peek is that I have a theory about nobodies on when exactly they came into being, or have they always existed. But anyway, for the sake of this video, nobodies retain the memories of their completed self. So if the completed self of a person knew, such as Xemnas, who was the result of an amalgam between two Keyblade wielders who knew about other worlds would definitely know about other worlds. And again, the other 6 apprentices of Ansem the Wise figured out that there were other worlds. So they would have the memory of other worlds existing. And it seems like the others that followed, that were adopted into the organization, were told that there were other worlds through missions and other things that they got. But anyway, so next we are going to move into theory territory a little bit and to discuss uh, beings that should know. Um, so I think, as evidenced by characters such as King Mickey and King Triton, and Zeus from Hercules, as evidenced by those 3 characters, I believe that it's not just a requirement to be a powerful being in your world. To definitely know that there are other worlds, you must be one of the groups mentioned, and or you can be a powerful being and the ruler of your world, or you can be one of those things I mentioned earlier, or the ruler of your world. I believe the ruler of every world should know that there are other worlds beyond their own. Again, we see Ansem the Wise. He really doesn't discover this until Mickey comes to his world. So it appears that he doesn't know. But my theory on that is that the rulers of a particular world, or if you are a high enough rank in your world, that you are, that you, as the ruler of the world, might be considered a guardian of the world. So you have the information that there are other worlds out there. Again, I mentioned King Triton from Atlantica, Zeus from Olympus Coliseum, and King Mickey. Those 3 characters seem to know that there are other worlds. And you might say, oh, Zach, but King Mickey is a Keyblade ruler as well, so he knows there are other worlds. Again, I think King Mickey knows well before being a Keyblade ruler that there are other worlds. I believe it is entirely possible that there are characters that the rulers of a world have, and somewhere in their, I mentioned Ansem the Wise. The Queen of Hearts doesn't appear to know either. But I believe that those 2 characters somewhere in their castles or in their vast libraries and their castles should have a book, a piece of paper, something, saying, hey, there are other worlds out there. You are the guardian of this world. These are your borders. You do not intrude on other worlds. So, that's really all the groups I had. So, Keyblade rulers know for sure. Heartless and Nobodies know for sure. As well as the Unversed, because, so every enemy type knows, or introduced in Kingdom Hearts knows. And I assume going forward into Kingdom Hearts 4 and the Lost Master Saga, if we are introduced to any other enemy types, that they also will know of other worlds. So Keyblade wielders, enemy type, all the enemies we face in the games, powerful beings in their worlds know, and of course, the last one I talked about, the rulers of the world, they should know, or they at least have access. I believe they at least have access to the information that there are other worlds out there. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off and see and get this uploaded so you guys can watch it. If you want to learn more about Kingdom Hearts in general, click the playlist I'm about to put up. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later.